Hi, let's talk about system users. System users are entities that we grant access to resources like APIs. The core difference between a system user and a regular user is that on this platform, system users predominantly just have access to APIs that we grant them access to. On the in-house cloud platform, APIs could be public or private. Let me just demo that really quickly. Here's our Hello World API. We have one endpoint, hello, that just sends back a hello message to whoever is sending a request. If I pull up Postman really quick and ping this API, I get my response. So this API currently is exposed to the public. If I toggle this off, save, and redeploy to our dev environment, go back to Postman and ping the same API, we get a response 4.1 not authorized. That's because this API is not private. One way to grant access to this API in its private state is using system users. So, system users are basically entities that we grant access to resources such as APIs. We can give these entities permissions, roles that mirror an actual user like you and I, but these users do not have a license to the in house cloud platform. Their sole purpose is just to hold resource keys, like API keys. So to create a system user, all you would need to do is to be in the console or in the tab of an API. Click on the system users tab. Click on the create system user button. Give the user a name. I'd say Ian. It could be anything. It could be gibberish. An email is optional, and just create the user. And that's it. You have a user, and this user has API keys by default. Now, to grant this user access to an API, all you would need to do is click on Manage User and grant that user access to an API. In our case, we have the Hello World API. Now, if let's say you have some logic, or let's say you want a user to have specific permissions, you can go ahead and grant the user permissions. And these permissions can be set in the roles and permissions module. So now I have my user Zion, and this user now has access to my Hello World API. Click on Edit. And now when I go back to the API keys, I can just get the API key for the environment that I want. Remember, on the in-house cloud platform, all resources exist in three environments: development, test, and production. All right, so I'm going to go back to my Postman, ping the API. It's still private. I'm going to add an API key, X API key. I'm going to paste that API key, and this is my dev endpoint, my dev environment endpoint, and dev is development. All right, now I have access again. If I were to just change the name here, there you have it. So what happens if we have a system user and maybe the keys get compromised? Someone, put it where they're not supposed to put it, and maybe it was exposed to the public, and now we need to change our keys. That is very simple. All we need to do is click on Manage and just click on Change API key. That's it. Then you go back to your keys and you just copy the new keys. Copy that. Replace the old ones wherever you have it. and you have access. So what happens if you perhaps want to delete a system user? That's simple as well. All you will need to do is click on the Manage tab and delete this user. Well, to delete this user, you would need to detach this user from any resources it's attached to. And in this case, this user is attached to the Hello World API. So I'm going to remove that, save that, go back into it, and delete it. There you have it. All right, folks, we've basically gone through the concept of public versus private APIs. We know that system users are entities that we use to access resources like APIs. We understand the difference between a system user and a regular user. We know that we can assign system users access to APIs. We can grant system users permissions. And if an API key is compromised, we could change all API keys of a system user with one click. We know how to delete a system user, and we can all agree that system users are awesome. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.